What if I told you that the number one reason your personal brand is failing is not lack of content? Now, before we get into it, I'd like to share a secret with you. Well, it's actually something that happened. A while ago, I was in a park. I ran into a celebrity. Very fine celebrity, very popular. I'm not going to mention her name for obvious reasons, but I walked up to her. I wanted to have a photo with her. And as we were about to do the thing,
what we have come into the room to do,
something began to smell. Turned out somebody had released something very smelly. And it wasn't me, in case you're wondering. I'm not saying it was her, but I'm just saying it was the both of us there. And as people began to gather, I think they smelt it too. But the way they were looking at me, I assumed they thought it was me. Why didn't they think it was her? Obviously because she was beautiful. You see, that's the thing. When someone is beautiful or a celebrity or high, we begin to think that they are above this human filth, human frailty. We begin to think they don't sweat, they don't have constipation, they don't have smelly bowel movement and all that. That's human nature. And you know what makes it interesting? That is also the reason why we fail at personal brand. Look at it. We are ashamed. We don't want the world to know what's on our inside. We are ashamed of telling those things that are truly ours. Personal branding really is just a process of creating and maintaining a unique image, unique personality, unique reputation or identity that showcases your individual skills, expertise, personality, and all of that. And you do this because you want to leave a memorable presence, which you will use to build authority, build credibility, differentiate yourself from others, push a business, a career, or whatever. But then you end up not telling the world what is uniquely yours. You end up telling the world what you think the world wants you to say. And for you to get this into perspective, see, there's this lady, beautiful, just picture her. She's, let's call her the queen of 1,000 selfies. Very stunning, right? And she's the kind of person that if you were to see her, you'd think that, whoa, what was God doing on the day you were created? She's beautiful, she knows it. She normally jokes, like, she says things like, God may not have given me the brain for quantum physics, but God did give me the looks. And that's it. And right from when she was a child, she's been sought out. Brands want to use her face, the school magazine wants to use her face, and her parents gave the go-ahead, and she was just the face of all the pictures, all the magazines. And when she grew, she thought, why not build my own? And she said, okay, with her face, her looks, she wanted to lean into cosmetics. She was going to build a cosmetic brand. She also learned that in order to succeed in branding, you needed to post content daily, build a following and all of that. But that was where the panic set in for her. Because she felt that she didn't want people to see her as built without brain. She wanted to also show that she has sense, whatever that means. And in order to do this, she began to do some research, and the content she was posting was all about Isaac Newton, Aristotle, Mahatma Gandhi, look at that kind of stuff. And you know how this thing worked. She began to attract people who were thinking what she was thinking. They were bombarding her comment with questions, conversations, and the problem, she couldn't keep up. Even though she was intelligent, she wanted to research, she didn't want to do that because it was like homework. She wasn't enjoying it. And it was burning her out. And I think that's the same thing with most people who are creating content. They are building a brand, but they are burnt out because they feel they are not doing what they want to do. They feel they are doing what other people want them to do, so they feel like an imposter in their own life. What if I told you that there is a solution? And the solution is not all about building something magnetic, or it's not all about content strategy or algorithm and all that. What if I told you that the solution is all about tapping into what is inherently you, something that is original to you? For instance, say you're someone who likes to eat the mucus in your nose or you bite your finger. I'm not saying that's good or bad. That's not the point here. But I'm saying, what if you were to make a content about that, about things that maybe things that make your heart beat a bit. But of course, some persons will judge you. You would repel some, but you will attract some as well. The world is filled with like billions of people. You attract some millions of billions who are just like you, who would even thank you for giving them an opportunity to share their secrets. How about that? And these people, you'll be able to relate with them, discuss with them, and express yourself, which is the whole idea of brand building. And that way, you will enjoy the process, because I don't know if really you're in this for money, you want to build a career or get monetized, whatever the case is. But you just have to know that for you to succeed in personal branding, you've got to do it for some time. And imagine doing something for a long time when you don't find any pleasure in it. What if you found pleasure? You'd already be enjoying the process even before the money comes, even long after the money comes. And that's it. That's why today I challenge you. Get out. Do something that makes you happy. Something that makes you feel a bit shame. Like, I'm not saying when you're out, you come and post, you don't air all your dirty linens and all that. But something that is a bit embarrassing. Right. Something that you'll enjoy, something for you. And if you're up to it, you could eventually drop your thoughts about it in the comments. I'd want to talk with you about it. I'm also interested in that kind of stuff. Just talk about it. Any which way and all that. But the most important thing is that you will be happy. You will feel fulfillment. And the end game is not really about what the world thinks. The end game is all about you. So, thank you for listening, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts. And until I see you again. So, enjoy the rest of your day.